Should I, 32F, tell the girl that I'm dating, 34F, about my lack of experience? So I've known that I'm bisexual for years and have come out to my family and friends before now, but I've never actually managed to get far enough with women to get to the dirty. I've finally met a girl that I think is awesome. We talk all day every day and have now had a number of fantastic dates. I often go to bed thinking about her, and the first thing I want to do when I wake up is to message her. We're starting to get to the point where things are likely to start getting a bit more active, but I'm pretty nervous about my complete lack of experience. To date, she knows that I'm bi but mostly been with men and tend to strike out with women, but I haven't told her that I don't have any experience at all other than kissing women. I'm scared that if I tell her it will put her off, or she won't believe that I'm desperate to touch her, which I am. I'm also scared that if I don't tell her, she'll just think I'm awful in bed and my nerves may get to me more. Do you think I should tell her now before we get to that stage? If so, how should I bring it up, and what would be the right way to phrase it so I don't put her off? Also, if anyone has any advice for a newly active bi in any way, I'm very open to it. Thanks. Too long didn't read. I have no experience with women, but I'm getting to point where something is likely to happen. Should I be honest about my lack of experience? I mean, maybe downvoted for lack of transparency, but you could also go with I don't have much experience with women. As a queer woman in my late 20s, this is subjective, but I wouldn't want the pressure of being someone's first, and it would make me question if this person wanted an experiment or relationship. Much as still being transparent without saying I've never slept with a woman. There's a lot of stigma in the queer community about women who want a one-time experience or to be taught how to be with a woman, which ends up being a waste of time if you're a queer woman looking for a relationship. Tell her you're both mature enough. Over drinks, simply say, I have a confession to make. I am very attracted to you. I am so happy when we are together. I believe, and very much hope you do as well, that we are getting along wonderfully. I am excited to be with you. I am looking forward to having a physical relationship with you, and hope you are, too. The only reservation I have is my complete lack of experience being with a woman, but I want you to teach me. Thank you. That was really helpful. I'll see how it goes. Honesty is the best policy. I'm bi, and I just had my first experiences with women this summer. I basically told them that I had never actually been with women and that I knew I was bi, and wasn't just experimenting. They were totally cool with it, and it made the experiences a lot better. It's totally okay to experiment if you aren't sure, so long as the other party involved knows this and isn't being misled. If you'd like some resources for places where you can talk about this stuff with women in your place, I can recommend a few great subs that's really helped me out. I am in a somewhat similar situation. I'm 34 and have been somewhat openly bisexual since I was 14. I have not touched a woman since I was roughly 17-ish. Since then I've dated men exclusively. I've been with a few women when I was a teen, but I had zero idea what I was doing, and neither did they. It was more experimental stuff, I guess. Over the past few years I've really wanted to try dating women, but the physicality of it scares me off. Most bi or lesbian women at my age are very experienced, and I have an awful fear of being looked down on or being embarrassed or not doing something right. So I never put my foot in the ring. Lol. Absolutely. It's understandable and not weird. Just tell her as you've told Reddit. Except don't call it the dirty. You are a 32-year-old. I think that my 22F boyfriend, 23M, is jealous or intimidated or resentful about my academic success. My boyfriend and I are both studying engineering, and we went to the same school in the UK and started dating during undergrad. We've been together for 1.5 years now. I moved to the US this year for my studies and we started doing long distance. We want to settle in together soon, and we're looking for places where we can both work or study in our respective fields. My field of research is pretty specialized, so I don't have many opportunities around the world. I'm at a top school for my field right now, and ideally I want to do my PhD here in the US with the same advisor. My BF is looking for several options too. but he is strongly against moving to the US, especially, edit, because he doesn't like the country and the research environment there. He wants me to settle for a mid-tier school elsewhere. I don't know if he genuinely doesn't like studying in the US, or he's embarrassed about following me here, or he wants to prevent me from doing my PhD here. I find our relationship as important as my academic life. I do want to compromise. I'm still very sad about the idea of giving up a PhD in my dream school with a great advisor. I told him about how much that upsets me. He kept saying it's not that bad and I don't have to always go for the best and I'll do fine in any small lab and professor, even if such lab/professor barely matches my research interests. I would have preferred he understands how much a PhD here means to me and validates how I feel upset about giving that up. But now, thinking about our relationship, I'm starting to suspect he's threatened by my current academic success, and is not being helpful or supportive on purpose. Here are some potential red flags. He always complains when I have to spend time for my studies, and doesn't like the fact that I'm ambitious. He constantly belittles my achievements. When I won a big academic award, he passed it off as some award he's never heard of. When I was accepted to the top school in my field, or published to top conferences in my field, he said it must be nice to be in a field that's so new and small, it's easy to get recognized. The list goes on. He keeps criticizing how my interests aren't diverse enough since I'm specializing in my current research area, and because I'm not an expert in his research area, which is far beyond my expertise. I realized these little things started to affect my confidence too and fuel my imposter syndrome. Because he's not supporting my academic life, I often feel like I don't belong here and I'm not deserving of my achievements. I don't know why he can't be supportive or happy about my success. He is very smart and capable too. He also had his share of achievements this year, which I was so happy and proud of. He really has no reason to feel jealous or intimidated by me. So are my suspicions right, or am I overthinking? Too long didn't read. My long-distance boyfriend wants me to give up my dream PhD to move in with him instead. I think he's also intimidated by my success and he's trying to voluntarily sabotage my studies. Am I right? How can I talk to him about this and my suspicion without hurting his feelings? Can our relationship be mended? It also sounds like your boyfriend is definitely jealous of your success. More often than not, people want other people to be worse off than them so they can feel better about themselves. It doesn't matter if you're both successful at what you do. You, sound like you'll do amazing things. I say this from a perspective of a minion of society. I think you should be with someone who actively supports you, cheers you on and encourages you in your success. Not something who wants to drag you down to nothing so he can feel like the winner in this relationship. You don't deserve that. It doesn't really matter if he's jealous or intimidated. What matters is he isn't supporting you in your academic pursuits. You are not overthinking that part of it. Do not sacrifice the academic/professional opportunity of a lifetime for a 1.5-year relationship with a person who does not support you entirely, tries to diminish your accomplishments and/or is jealous of your successes. Where you study your PhD and which advisor you have can have a massive effect on your professional life trajectory. Do not compromise here. Your BF is supposed to be on your team, and your biggest cheerleader. A good relationship makes you feel better about yourself, not worse. You sound kick-ass. I admire you and I haven't even met you. Ditch whiny boy and go get that awesome PhD. If you don't, I can promise you will regret it. Girl, go for your PhD in the US. If you have a chance to go to your dream school, do it. You sound like an amazing smart woman ready to take over the world. I recommend explaining to him how this opportunity you have might be a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing. Whatever you decide to do, please don't miss out on this. What can I, 30M, do to be supportive of my partner, 28F, while she's pregnant? Kind of an obvious/stupid question, I know. My fiance and I are expecting our first child. She's about 7 weeks now and isn't shy about the fact that she's horrified about becoming a mom. I try to calm her fears as best as I can, but I'm just as lost, if not more, than she is right now. I'd really like to be involved in the miracle of life process that she's going through right now in any way that I can. The concept of impending fatherhood in the near future still seems so abstract to me, so I hope that being more involved will give me more of a connection to our unborn child and give my wife to be peace of mind. Anything I can do to help her be as happy and comfortable as possible during these next few months and beyond would be helpful to know. Small gestures, changes I could make to my daily routine, or thoughtful gift ideas. I can't go in with her to doctor's appointments, which sucks. But there's not much I can do about that. Too long didn't read. I'm looking for ways to make my fiance feel appreciated and special while she's pregnant, and after our child is born, because we're both feeling pretty confused right now. My husband just followed my lead with stuff and would make whatever dinner I would eat and kept the house clean. He came to every single appointment and always had questions about their growth and what I should and shouldn't be doing or eating. Since our girls have been born and are 6 months, the first 2 months he did most of the heavy lifting because he felt I had to recover from surgery and pregnancy. Pregnancy BS doesn't end with delivery. You have to recover from a lot, and so I would say that is the most crucial time she will need help. To be fair, he does most of the stuff with the girls when he is home. Hospitals often host classes for expecting parents. If you have any friends with kids, ask if they would be willing to talk about their early parenting experiences. Talk to your fiancé. Is she feeling sick in the mornings? Would it help if you brought her some toast when she wakes up? Is she feeling extra tired in the afternoon? Could you help by taking care of dinner so she can go lay down for an hour after work? There's certain smells that suddenly make her gag. Find ways to minimize those. Help her stay hydrated by filling a water bottle for her or buying her a nice new one. Prepare for the future a bit by getting What to Expect When You're Expecting type books and baby's first year books. Make sure you have extra pillows on hand for when baby makes it tough for fiancé to sleep comfortably. For shoulder rubs and foot rubs as fiancé's pregnancy progresses. Listen. This is a crazy time for most women. It takes a mental adjustment to come to terms with growing another human inside your own body. Motherhood comes with a lot of pressure and expectations. Encourage her to talk about those things and find people she thinks are good parents to use as role models. Exactly, just be there for her. Morning sickness is likely to kick in soon. I hope not for her though, and it sucks. I'm 11 weeks along and very excited for this baby, but pregnancy absolutely sucks. If she starts feeling with horrible nausea, just let her complain. My partner has been my rock. I know I've been annoying, but he keeps his mouth shut and just listens. Both of you should download the What to Expect app. It gives you weekly updates on what her body is doing and how the baby is developing, and it's really neat. My partner enjoys me giving him weekly updates. Like this week, my baby is the size of a Hot Wheels car. I have it set on 90s nostalgia. Congratulations on your news, and honestly you sound amazing for caring enough to ask people how you can help. Your fiancé has a good man, you should be proud. She started getting it pretty bad last week. We went out for breakfast one morning and she puked all over the side of my car before I could pull over. He was pretty embarrassed and wanted to go home after that happened, lol. I went after and picked her up something to eat because I felt so bad for her. The app is a good idea though.